have a new Conklin pen to show you today. And it is also a limited edition pen that is quite nice. I did peek in the box to take a look at it, and I was quite pleased with what I saw. And it is the Conklin Abalone Endura limited edition fountain pen with gunmetal trim. The ones that have been released before this are rose gold, and they are limited because they are numbered. And there are only 898 of these pens that exist in the world. It comes in this blue sleeve. Inside of it is a box that opens up like a clamshell. And there's your pen. It's pretty. It is really pretty. I do enjoy that abalone look. It's a very beautiful look. But let's hold on. We'll look at the pen in a second. Let's look at all the things that come inside the box. So here's some information right here. It is the Endura Abalone Shell limited edition. It tells you a little bit about Conklin brand, where it started. And this one is, so it says to, just bear with me for a moment, okay? Shh. My phone is ringing somewhere. Take a step back in time with the new Conklin Endura. Originally released in 1924. Apparently it was a very successful pen in 1924, a model that everybody would like to use. It just says that it's a timeless classic, and it has this iridescent, authentic abalone shell. Let's take a look at what else comes in the box. So you have your usual, see, your Conklin cards. This one is the warranty and fountain pen filling instructions, which are very helpful. And underneath the false bottom, you've got, which I like that they're including this now with their pens, is a collection guide. So every pen you get, you can check it off next to the image of the pen. And then there are 2 cartridges in there for you to keep with you for when you run out of ink. Or if you don't have any ink available, you can pop that thing in there and enjoy. I present to you the Abalone Endura with gunmetal trim. I actually like the gunmetal trim better than rose gold. I never thought I would say that, but it looks better with the shell in my opinion. It looks good. So yeah, so we have the classic Conklin clip, spring it, and you know what's weird about this pen is that when you first look at it, it feels like, or it looks like it's gonna be faceted, and I'm feeling it's not faceted at all. It's actually very smooth, and I find that to be very surprising. So it has this really cool visual texture, but touching it, it has no texture at all. It's actually quite smooth and very comfortable. So the cap has, on the front, it says Endura, and then on the back is where you find your limited edition and the number of the pen you have out of the 1898. As you can see, there are threads at the end of the barrel. Finials, you know. So this actually, when it's intended for when you write with the pen, it screws onto the back of the barrel. Now, this is me being very nitpicky. And so when I put the cap on, I'm very particular about the clip lining up with the nib. I know it's stupid. It is extremely nitpicky, but that's me. So I just screwed on the cap to the end of the barrel and it does not line up. So that bothers me a bit. So when I use this, I will probably not screw on the cap because it'll drive me nuts. But if I don't do that, it actually makes it a short pen, but it's not going to be unbearable because it does go past my hand, so it will be possible to write with this. But I mean, you know, again, I'm extremely nitpicky, but holding this when it is posted, it is quite comfortable. It is, but I kind of wish, now I'm wishing like they didn't put a clip on the pen. So that way, every time I put this on here, it won't matter if it lines up, and they could have just put the Conklin right here somehow, etched it in there or whatever. But you know, it's a design preference and that's me. It might not bother you. So, you know, whatever. It does come with a black Yovo steel nib. And this one is, I believe I got a medium nib. Yes, it's a medium nib. So, and Yovo is highly dependable, and I'm expecting this to write really nice. So let's take the barrel off, and it does come with a converter, which is awesome. I do appreciate that very, very much. Overall, I think it is a very attractive pen. I do find it to be very good looking. And like I said, the only thing that bothers me is when you post the cap onto the end of the barrel, the clip doesn't line up with the nib. Maybe it's silly to let stuff like that get on my nerves, but I can't help it. I can't help it. But I mean, it is attractive. It's a very attractive pen. I think I got a pocket knife that might match this. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to ink this pen up, and let's see how that nib writes. Thank you so much for joining me for a look at the Conklin Endura Abalone limited edition fountain pen. It did not disappoint, thank goodness, because I think it's a lovely pen, and I think if the writing experience was horrible, then it just would have ruined the whole thing, although I could have switched out the nibs, no biggie. But I like it. It's a very attractive pen, and you can find it at Pen Chalet, or you could probably find it, you can find it at several retailers actually, and I have found it as low as $115. So it is a special edition. It's just over $115, and some of those places you could probably find some sort of discount. Yeah, but I do recommend this pen. I think it's very attractive. It's definitely eye-catching, and it's it's really lovely to look at and lovely to write with, which is also super important because, well, whatever. Well, thank you very much for joining me for this look at this gorgeous pen. And I hope that you found this review helpful. And I think that's all I've got. And that's how the ink flows.